All right, let's do this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Yooper Farmer Cigar Garage Talks. How you guys doing? Doing pretty good? News. This will be one of the last episodes recorded in the garage as the temperatures are slowly rising outside and it's getting more and more sunny out. So that's exciting to be able to move this to instead of the garage talks out to the deck talks, which I do much prefer being out on my deck. So anyhow, let's go with some formalities. First, we're smoking tonight the Liga Zebra. Liga the Zebra, beautiful barber pole cigar. The closed foot. Good cigar. Very robust cigar. You can get some of those other flavors though from that to barber pole wrapping. Very happy with my purchase. All right, tonight we're going out on a limb here with Office Party, a holiday stout. It's by the Abade Brewing Company, brewed with spring water, very nice. It says that it's also brewed, it's a stout brewed with cocoa nibs, cinnamon, vanilla, and nutmeg. I don't know. This is one of the beers that was actually on sale, as you might have guessed. If you remember the Office Party one that I had, or what was the other one? It was Fistmas. This is another beer that was kind of in the back of the shelf, on sale. We'll see how this one turns out, though. Well, so far so good. Actually got a pretty good head on there. Nice, dark beer. Let's give her a little taste here. Oh, well, interesting. That's a stout with some eggnog in it. That would be a good holiday beer, actually. A good time around Christmas. Again, nowhere near Christmas. Nowhere near Christmas when I'm drinking this beer. It was on sale. And I can't pass down a good sale on beer. Other news. We have the dreaded condition going around our house. The one that resulted in the 2 weeks to reduce the plateau. That's right, I'm pretty sure we got hit with the crown virus. A bit coincidental since the video I recorded before this one was kind of the year in review. Where I'm pretty sure actually I did have it when I made that video. We just really didn't have the full effects of the signs and symptoms. I do have it. Kind of a, I guess a milestone, another thing to knock off the bucket list. So in my honest opinion, we all are going to get it. To some degree, every single person in the world is going to be hit by the crown virus. It's not a matter of ifs, it's a matter of when. Now maybe the vaccine will hold out and help some people to not get it. I'm really I'm not pessimistic for sure. But in all truthfulness, again, I was pretty sure I was going to get it. I was actually offered the vaccine when it first came out because of my EMS background. I was actually offered it in 2 different counties. Nonetheless, both of them with caveats. Of course, worked for them, at least on a part-time basis. No, I was pretty sure we were going to get it. We do play it mostly safe. We don't follow every executive order to the letter of the law. We take all the precautions that we can. We feel reasonable. Usually the other additional ones we take are to be polite to other people. Again, do I believe those cloth face mask works? Of course not. Um, I actually know where we got the good old crown virus, and we were actually taking a lot of precautions based on where we were, following all the guidances, wearing our face masks, keeping the social distancing, and we still got it. So there it is. We will survive this, no doubt. A complete faith we will. So I'm not really concerned or worried about it. Now, again, this isn't a blanket statement. I am medically trained. I have a lot of medical training, actually. I understand virology and epidemiology, pathophysiology. I have a very acute understanding of the virus. So I knew we'd be fine. And it tracked, actually. It tracked very closely with the statistical range. My younger children had little to no effect. My older children a little bit more. Of course, me and my wonderful wife suffered the most effect. None of us really had fevers. We all had the non-productive coughs. But again, I'm able to monitor that. I know stuff to help loosen the mucus that's getting plugged up in there. So I'm not worried about it. Again, we're past actually the infectious stages. We're 10 days post-exposure, greater than 24 hours of recovery where the symptoms have gotten better. We never actually got a fever with it, which is interesting, unique. I don't really know what to make of that. That's one of the supposed to be the hallmarks. But again, with any virology, they usually talk about a fever, although not everyone will get a fever when catching different viruses. It's usually common, but it's not 100%. So I get my badge, my beer flu badge. Very excited to collect that. Yeah, and I've talked to a few people about it. A lot of people, well, I want to get through this without getting it. You won't. You'll probably get it. We all probably will, at least some version or variant of it. And that's not being pessimistic. That's being realistic. Now, again, you get the vaccine, you might still catch one of the variants, but you're going to recover a lot quicker. That's what the news is going through this cycle of, oh, these variants, they're not as effective. The vaccine won't be as effective against them. Well, okay. Any variant, the vaccine is minimally effective. That's why we have the flu still. You can still get the flu shot and get the flu. But you will recover faster. You won't, the chance of your hospitalization will almost go through the floor. And there's a possibility that you might catch it and not even know you have it, be asymptomatic. So there's that for your viewing pleasures and consideration. For me, just to kind of go through my signs and symptoms, I had a congestion first. Again, we all thought, just like everyone does when they catch the flu, that it was a seasonal change. The seasons are changing up here again. More of the mold and pollen and anything that's frozen in the snow kind of gets released. So we were taking antihistamines, which were helping a bit, but a lot of our antihistamines also have a heavy dose of decongestants and expectorants mixed in with them, so that's going to help with the beer flu anyway. So start off with some sinusy stuff. Then we quickly moved on to the coughs, the non-productive coughs, the congestion in the chest, the excess mucus, the thicker mucus buildup. Again, no fevers to speak of. And I had the bizarre fatigues. And this is one of those symptoms you don't hear a lot about. So fatigue is common with the beer flu. But there's also what's known as I'm going to call it I can't remember the official term, but basically you get spontaneous fatigue. So I'll be sitting down doing my office work or just kind of sitting, getting lunch or dinner ready for the kids. And then the kids will be like, Dad, let's go check the sap. Because we're running sap right now. So I'll run out there and go check it with them. And I'll get through about half of our little sap run there and kind of get just tired and almost winded. Not truly winded, not like passing out, but like, whew, I catch my breath real quick. Take a second. So I'll get in, I'll take a second, I'll sit down. Almost instantaneously, I have my energy back. So transient fatigue, maybe polymorphic fatigue, kind of changes. Again, I'll feel really tired, but I can still go. Or I won't feel tired at all. I'll go, and then all of a sudden I am tired. Very bizarre, very bizarre. I haven't had that before with any of my other ailments or conditions or whatnot. So, again, I'm not really worried about this. Even if it was a fatal, it's going to kill me virus, I'm not really worried about those. As I've talked about, one of the benefits from working on the ambulance, you've really faced your death. You faced other people's death and your death multiple times. It becomes a reality. That's kind of my religious side too. I kind of try and keep myself prepared. Not always the best at it, mind you. There's a lot of room for improvement and progress. So, yeah, not worried about dying from it, even if it was a high risk. But again, we're putting the low risk. The only that puts me in a higher risk, again, is the vices in life. But one cigar a week, I don't think that puts me in that high of a risk. I am in the obesity category, which is another one. But I'm pretty active, actually, when this hit off. Both me and my wife did a lot to try and get healthy, lose weight, exercise, get moving, get active, because that's one of the things that'll take you out if you lead a sedentary life. Taking your vitamins, we take a lot of vitamins. Again, not crazy. We're not taking like 10,000 or anything, but a one a day with some vitamin C and some vitamin D mixed in to kind of help reinforce the immune system. So again, I'm definitely not worried about us having any long-term lasting effects. You hear these stories of people who, it takes down healthy people. Well, I'm sure it does, but then you look at healthy. There was one story got passed to me. This reporter was talking about how the beer flu takes out healthy people. It talks about this woman in intensive care. Well, she just delivered a baby. So she is not in the pinnacle peak of personal health and fitness, mind you. News to the reporter, having a baby takes it out of you. Takes a lot out of you, actually. So, boo to him for conflating and inflating that story. Again, not too worried about it. As far as illnesses go, it's not that bad. Which I've heard a lot about. A lot of people I know who've had it have been asymptomatic or minimally symptomatic. They talk about having other flu conditions. I remember H1N1 when that kind of tore through our house. That took us down. I got worried seeing young, healthy people sleep for 2 days. That one got the old pucker factor going. Got me my eyes open and got me attentive to what was going on in case I had to treat my family. So, alright, off of the flu stuff. This is a video I probably won't publish. Maybe I will do a follow-up video for the 1 year video. Even though I've got this, what do we got going at the homestead? We got maple syrup a-running. This year is not going to be a heavy year. Last year we got almost 30 jars, 30 pint-sized jars. We were giving it away. We were using it. We were having a good time with it. This year, if we get a solid dozen, I'll do my happy dance. Just the sap is really not running for us. It's very much misbehaving and coming here in this next week. The weather forecast definitely looks like an end of the sapping season. We're looking at the temperatures at night are going to steadily stay above freezing, which will pretty much put a kibosh to the sapping season. A little upset to see that go. I was really hoping we'd get more runs. We got some new equipment. Um, Last year we did milk jugs, and we kind of attached onto the taps. Like those, they're more durable, but you have to empty them constantly. You're running out there to empty them on the good flow days. This year we went with the blue bags, they're like 5 gallon, 4 gallon bags. Those are beautiful because you can leave them for 1 to 2 days, and then empty them and have a big boil. This has been nice to have just big boils going. Where before we'd bring in 3-4 gallons because the gallons are full, and while they can't just sit around, well, I guess we'll process 4 gallons. Now we bring in 20 gallons and we're processing 20 gallons, so it feels more productive. With these damn plastic bags get holes in them. We had some squirrels attack one of the bags, just ripped the hell out of it. Then another one, I'm guessing, we're pulling it through the bush, it got a little hole in it. And it's frustrating. You see the sap leaking out on the ground, and you're losing jars there. So I don't know what we're going to do. We've kind of toyed with the idea of going with the metal buckets, kind of the El Tradicional. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that idea. We might go with hoses, though. I'm liking the idea of running some hoses to a central collection bucket, so we can get like a 5 or 10 gallon big collection bucket we can put out there and let the sap just flow into that from all the trees. That might be the way to go. That way it's kind of precarious. A couple of our trees are right on the river, and it gets kind of a really raging river going. So it gets a little tricky to retrieve those bags without falling into the drink. So I think we might be running the hoses next year. I don't know. Looking at it, it's one of many options we have for collecting sap. That's really getting technologically advanced, though, to run some gravity-fed hoses. So that'll be pretty cool. But beyond sap and syrup, which, again, I am super excited about. See that stuff just a-flowing. We did a big batch of yogurt. I don't know if you guys know, I don't think I mentioned it before, but yogurt is one of our staples here. We'll take a gallon of milk, add a little bit of commercial yogurt to it. We have a couple of different, actually, yogurt fermenters that we can use to ferment out yogurt, and it work great. About 10 to 14 hours later, you get some delicious homemade yogurt for about about a quarter of the price. Absolutely tasty. Love it. It's good stuff. Good for you. I don't know if it's actually good for you, but kind of neat that you can make big quantities, big batches of it. And the kids enjoy it, and it does save a few bucks. That one actually does save us a few pennies in the long run. Because for the price of a gallon of milk, so at the recording of this, you can buy a gallon for about $2.50 a gallon. The yogurt, we get a big container of it. I think it costs about $2.50. We use about half of it. So let's say, I can go on the high side. Say for about $4, $4 or $5, we can get a whole gallon of yogurt, and have enough supplies left over that what we need to do is buy another gallon of milk, and we'll have another gallon of yogurt. So that's really cost effective. We can give the kids quite a bit of that. It's pretty easy to make. So that one, again, is kind of a staple. We make a gallon of yogurt 2 times a month, give or take, depending on what's going on. Brewing is also in high gear right now. We have 2 gallons of hard apple cider in the fermenter, 2 gallons of some molasses beer. And that's one that I think I might, it doesn't even matter. Let me get this plugged back in. I'm having some issues with my mic. Check. Well, it's still picking me up, isn't it? All right, we'll see if that totally destroyed it or not. See the sound difference. It shouldn't make a difference. I unplugged the mic with my elbow. 4 gallons. What were we at? 2 gallons of hard apple cider. 4 gallons of molasses beer. Which that is a recipe I'm going to share on here, I think, because that one we've done it. Oh, excuse me. We've done it a few times. It turns out delicious. What else we got in there? We've got 4 gallons of apple wine brewing up. That one's actually coming to the first stage. That one fermented out very quick. We're really good at fermenting apples here. And then we have another. We're trying to make a white wine. It's an experimental, top secret. Shh! Don't tell anyone. Wine that we're kind of brewing up and seeing if we can play with this one a little bit. That one I'm not going to share much on right now because chances are it's showing signs of not doing so well, which has me very frustrated. It should be doing a lot better than it is. I'm kind of going back to the drawing board, as it were, trying to figure out how I can get this to work better. It's really it's irritating the hell out of me that I can't get this experimental wine to work better. So I'm going to the drawing board. I'll actually probably contact a few of my contacts and sources to find out why it's failing. I've tried it twice now. And it gets alcoholic, don't get me wrong. You get a little proof, but nothing it should be at, which is very, very frustrating because it should be able to absolutely just take off. And the science is there, the practice is there. I'm missing something. I got a pH tester, an electronic pH tester, because one of the sources I was talking to, one of the experts, suggested that maybe my pH was out of whack and that I needed to increase my pH. So we bought a pH meter. We're going to test that out, see how the pH is holding up. So we'll see how that's going. It is still fermenting. It's just really, really slow, and it kind of looks like it's stalling out constantly. There's a few little tricks of the trade I'm going to try here and see if I can get it just a hopping. But more on that later. Other stuff on the home front, the homestead front. We're getting a little itchy, start getting gardens and trees and bushes in. We're going to look at ordering those here soon so we can start our orchard and start our berry patches. The big debate right now is going as to whether or not we want to get a sauna. I'm itching and burning and hoping and praying and all that. I need my sauna. So hopefully we can get one of those here. Again, not finished. Definitely they'll love me a good sauna. So other than that, not a whole bunch going on. We're staying busy. Like I said, we're looking forward to spring, looking forward to get rid of this beer flu going. Keeping up our homestead projects. Yeah. So anyway, I'll end it here. My follow-up to my 1-year Rona's review. Man, I really messed up my camera and everything. Holy wow. This is definitely, this goes to show that I'm being affected by something, because this is not high quality cam videography and presentation. So, but that's part of the experimental series. You put the successes out there, you definitely put the failures out there. So anyway, hope everyone's doing well, and we'll see you on the next one.